So for tonight's unbox, I've actually got something that's just been in the prop closet for about a year, and it ought to look awfully familiar to you guys. We've got an MRE. This one is pork with sauce and rice. Now, if you've been watching Gatorbox for a while, this probably looks familiar to you, because about a year ago, FPS Reflex gave me a box of rations of MREs that he had been sitting on since Harvey, and one of them was spaghetti, and one of them was pork with sauce and rice. And I pulled both of these aside because spaghetti is objectively kind of funny, but this other one I pulled aside that just says pork with sauce and rice, I pulled it aside because of how foreboding it sounded, right? It's... what? Just pork? What kind of sauce? Just sauce? There's a lot of kinds of sauce out there. I mean, like, even the spaghetti one that we ate had sauce, okay? Had tomato sauce or marinara, whatever the hell spaghetti sauce is made out of. I don't know. Now, one thing I want to point out before I open this is that the last time we posted an MRE video, the spaghetti one from like a year ago, I'm going to call that one the Spaghetti Incident. I think that was a Guns N' Roses album. MREs are apparently like a thing on YouTube. I recently found that channel, Steve1985, the guy who like eats old fucking MREs, and he gets like millions of views on his videos, so that's like a thing that people do. And naturally, I guess just by organic, search terms or recommended videos, my videos showed up in some of those playlists, and people like didn't like the fact that I was like talking shit. I don't know anything. This is not an MRE channel, okay? This is a variety show. This is the same thing like when, for some reason, that fucking video from like 5 years ago where I'm eating circus peanuts, those nasty fucking marshmallow candies, where I'm eating those and I'm telling the story about how my dad says I'm not gonna buy you those because they taste like shit. That happened when I was a kid, and then when I was an adult, I bought them with my own money, and I tried them, and sure enough, my dad was right. They taste like shit. Apparently, for some reason, that video has like thousands of views, and every once in a while I get comments from people saying like, why do you say so many bad words? And it's a fucking sit-down comedy show. Where did you come from? How did you find this video? So for anybody watching this who thinks that I'm gonna give like a great review of an MRE, and I'm gonna know all about the history, I don't, okay? It's pork sauce with rice. I don't know what the fuck any of that means, okay? I know what pork is, I know what rice is, and I know what sauce, theoretically, I know what sauce is. But this doesn't give, there's no more adjectives. Now, this is going to be similar to the one that we opened in the past. It's going to have a lot of the same things included, like those Skittles that I'm sure are just as fucking gross as the ones that we opened last time. It's not going to be good. I'm gonna warn you. Oh, I guess I could look at the ingredients list and see what the... Okay, hey, hang on. In the ingredients list, it says there's tomato paste, so it might be pork and rice with tomato sauce. Why? So let's treat this like it's a personal problem, and we're gonna tackle it one step at a time. All right, this is the 7 or 8 step process to recovery. I don't know how many pieces there are, but let's take a look. In here we got Skittles, and this is congealed into a solid bar of something. So then we've also got a package here of fig bars, not fig Newtons. They're not cookies. They're Newtons, and they're not Newtons. They're bars. We got a pack of crackers here, which is the big ass flat thing of unsalted. It's like it's like a novelty-sized saltine cracker minus the salt. So it's just like unleavened bread. Oh, great! We got a bag of raisins. I'm sure these are probably still good after 4 years. I mean, they're raisins. They're dried fruit, so technically they should be good. But raisins are never like 100% dried fruit. There's always a little bit of moisture, so yeah, they probably do go bad. This is gonna be the entree. Printed on the thing, it says a pack pork with sauce and rice. 1822, which I think that's good. That's the year of manufacture right there. So what you do with this is you got your meal, and then you got this little hot pocket cooker sleeve, like the kind except it doesn't have a foil lining. So what you do is check this out. Hang on, you put this part in there, and then this is where the magic happens. Okay, This thing is a flame. It's called a flameless ration heater, and it makes an exothermic reaction, which means it gives off a lot of heat. That's a big science word for it just gets really hot. It's kind of like those things that like you crack in half and use to warm your hands, like when you're at like a hunting lease and you're sitting in a fucking deer blind and it's 20 degrees outside because that's what you've decided to do with your weekend. Except this gets like hot enough to heat up food, so you don't want to like be holding this when it goes off because you know it's not quite like holding that chunk of graphite after the Chernobyl reactor exploded, but I feel like this is as close as you could probably get with something you can just go buy at the store. Pull this off, open it up, and then this is actually cool. They don't always come with this, but this one comes with a thermopack saline saltwater solution. It says not for drinking, which means I'm going to take a sip. I think we did this last time I opened one, but I can't remember now. So we got this, and basically what you do is you pour this into this, and then it heats up this, and it makes a lot of smoke. I shouldn't have opened this ahead of time because I'm not actually ready to use it, so I'm gonna like, you know, set that down on the ground and hopefully not screw it up. Rocker has warned me that this reaction gives off hydrogen, so I don't see any open flames around here, so I don't think we're gonna blow the studio up. At least not tonight, not this week. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, hang on. That's right. The military ones say lean up against a rock or something. Does this... No, I don't think it does. It just basically tells you pour it... Actually, you're supposed to put the meal in the bag, but that you're going to get the bag wet. I ain't going to do that. It doesn't... There's no difference between putting it... There's not going to be any difference in heat transfer between stuffing the meal packet in the bag and just putting it on top of the bag. Alright? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. This fucking 1/10 of a millimeter thick plastic, this ain't, It's not gonna magically help insulate. It's not gonna lock in the flavor. It's already locked in. I'm gonna take a sip. Yep, that we definitely did that last time because I don't forget that. That doesn't don't drink these, okay? It says right there on the package, not for consumption, not for drinking. Don't drink it. That's why it says that. Just in case you're wondering. It tastes like the ocean. Yeah, we got plenty of ocean right outside, and the fucking ocean came up on land and cut my house in half. That actually happened. That sucked. Alright, I'm gonna just try to... Okay. So you pour it in. You guys saw me on that camera. There's no way I could get a shot of me doing it here without making a friggin' mess. Well, I'm gonna lean it up against the can of cola. That seems like a smart move. We'll just leave that alone. Now, what's happening is that the water is activating some type of chemical compound that's inside the heater, and as you can see, it's like it's already starting to belch out steam. And we could do other funny shit with it too. Like I guess I could probably melt this whole bar of Skittles. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm gonna put this under the heater. That's probably a horrible idea, but fuck it. I don't care. It's my show. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume that this is not going to kill me. It smells terrible. That must be the hydrogen, I guess. I don't know. Rocker, maybe lean it up against a rock or something. Those weren't the directions. I couldn't think about that. Okay, so while we're doing some science over here, let's take a look at the other stuff that you get. Let's go with the crackers first. Let's go with like the least impressive thing. Oh shit. Okay, well I'm already making a mess because these crackers are broken. These are probably going to be, like, stale. Actually, I should have done the Steve MRE thing. I should have, like, peeled it back and went, like, nice hiss. I think that's something he says. See, he says that because he opens up a tin of cookies that's been sealed since World War II. I say nice hiss because I'm trying to get lucky with the fucking anaconda. That's a joke. Alright, so we got ourselves some nice little flat boys here. I'm just gonna break off a piece. Like as you can see, it's sometimes they usually give you things to put on this, like some type of a jam or a jelly or something. I didn't get any of that. You can't put fig bars and raisins on a cracker. It's gonna taste like shit. I'm gonna take a bite of this missing no cracker. I gotta flip it that way. There we go. Here's what it tastes like. I am almost positive that if I took a bite out of this cardboard sleeve, I'd basically get the same effect. If I had to give them a rating on a scale of 10, I'd give them a rating of 2, because that's, you get that many. Anyways, here's our Fig Newtons. I mean, they look exactly. I'm sure they're not Fig Newtons because they're. I think they actually sell Fig Newtons in those little like snack size packs that come two to a pack. So I don't think there's somebody at the MRE production facility whose job is to just open up box after box of Fig Newtons and take 2 out and put them in the vacuum sealing machine. If they could just get the snack size pack and drop it in there, because they did that with the Skittles. I know they figured that out. So this is probably some like knockoff Family Dollar fucking Fig Newton. I mean, here's the thing. And I think I said this the last time we did the MRE with the spaghetti thing, because I'm pretty sure those may have come with Fig bars too. I don't really remember. I should have watched that video before I did this one, so I would know not to tell the same jokes twice, but who cares? The only thing I really know about Fig Newtons is that when I was in high school, I found out that if you take a few of these and you put them in like a Ziploc bag and you just crush them up and you knead them for several minutes. I'm talking like, you know, we did this at lunchtime. Throughout the course of lunch, we just kind of sat there and like kneaded it like Play-Doh and made this homogeneous mixture. It turns brown, looks exactly like cat shit, so you can form it into rolls and leave it places and play a really awful prank on people. And it's not cat shit, it's just Fig Newtons. But honestly, at this point, who can even fucking tell the difference? But the good news is, if you catch someone with that prank, you can pick it up with your bare ass hand and you can eat it, and you can probably make that person have a fucking heart attack. But you gotta damn well make sure that that is the Newton and that is not actual cat poop, because then, you know, congratulations, buddy, you just played yourself. I mean, that tastes exactly like a Fig Newton. I've eaten them before. Fig Newtons are one of those things where it's like, I won't buy them, but if somebody has one and they offer it to me, I'll eat it. Because I don't hate them. When I was a kid, I hated these things. Fig Newtons I thought tasted like crap. But that's because when you're a kid, you know that things like Oreos and Chips Ahoy and EL Fudge, you know those exist. You don't eat grandma food, right? When you're 7, you don't eat Werther's Originals, okay? You eat fucking Shock Tarts. Just as you get older, you start to realize there's more to life than just destroying the top layer of skin on your tongue or whatever. Fig Newtons are the equivalent to that. In fact, I'll take another bite. Like, it's... It's alright. Yeah. These, like I said, they're just Fig Newtons. They're just, I guess, they're slightly longer. Maybe they're made by the same company. I'm not sure. I would take a sip of my cola, but it's actually, it's not smoking and steaming anymore. I probably accidentally boiled the water, though, by putting this, you know, blowing the steam directly on. I probably screwed that up. Okay, so Fig Newtons, I would say they are the Fig Bar, not Fig. They're not, you know, whatever, trademark dispute. I don't know. They are substantially better than the crackers, but that's only because these have sugar in them, and therefore they have some amount of flavor. We might not even have to eat any of these raisins, because if I open this up and there's just like a fucking science experiment going on in there, I'm gonna show it to you, and then I'm gonna set it down, and we're gonna peep out the Skittles that I put underneath the hot thing. So, so let's get these raisins 4314 B21 2324 that just before midnight, coming down to the wire when they package this. Some guy about to wind down his shift at the MRE factory said, I'm staying fucking overtime, they pay me overtime, I'm staying late, I'm putting these fucking raisins. Nobody even eats goddamn raisins. Who buys raisins? Nobody eats raisins. You give them to a kid, you put them in their lunch, they just throw them away, they throw them at each other on the playground. Nobody eats fuck raisins. Fuck this, fuck that, I hate my job. And inside the package, okay, well, they don't look like they've gone off, but yeah, they look alright. But there is like sticky goo residue inside the bag. Oh man, it just smell. Is that Yeah, it smells like a roll of garbage bags is what that smells like. It's like when you open up the box of hefty bags, and you rip the first one off of the roll, and you get that weird plasticky rubber vinyl smell. That's these raisins. I don't know, but that's what raisins always smell like. But this is just, these raisins have been sealed in this bag for 5 years. So the garbage bag smell has had nowhere to go. It just intensified. I mean, like, these raisins are like one whole, it's like a whole continent of raisins right here. They don't look bad. Like, I'll take a couple off the top. Oh, but they're like soggy on one side, but not on the other side. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take a bite off the top right there. I'm just gonna eat that. Take a bite off the top. Just. Oh, fucking hell. It tastes like, let me get that lick from off my fucking hand. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, hang on. Let me just put that back in the thing. We'll take a drink. Nobody eats raisins. I'm sure those didn't taste any better the day they were packaged. Or maybe they did, I don't know. Okay, so they taste like the way they smell, but on top of that, they also taste like fucking floor cleaner. It's like you spraying like Lysol on the floor to wipe up, the mess you made when your chili boiled over and you got to get that stain off. It fucking tastes like, it tastes gross. I can't explain that. It almost tastes like, it tastes like an electronic fire, like the way that smells. Okay, so let's take a look at what's inside the. Oh man, this is getting nice and hot. Whew, it's nice and toasty Skittles bar. Put that one. See, that's the thing, right? You got the Skittles. Ooh, this feels like this part is like liquefied up here. You can either put this underneath the heating pad. You can put your Skittles in the microwave. You can also put them in the toaster oven, or in the toaster, or just on top of an engine that's been running for a while. You just whatever, however you want to get them hot. That's how you do it. So the reason why I did this is because the last time we actually opened up these Skittles, they had solidified and congealed into a really gross mess. And if you've ever seen Cowboy Bebop, there's that one episode of the series that does not follow the plot line of the show at all. It's called Toys in the Attic, and it's about food that was left in a refrigerator on the ship, and it grew mold to the point where it gained sentience. And there's a very brief moment where Spike opens up the refrigerator and peers inside and sees what's become of the inside of the refrigerator. And it basically looked exactly like the congealed mess of Skittles that we opened up the first time. So I decided to put them under the hot thing because at least that'll do something different than what we got the first time around. So, Rocker, you can mix them with vodka. You can also do that. You can it's like, we basically made a Skittles ketchup packet is what we've done. So you rip off the corner, you just put them on your fries. You can squeeze some out and put them on the fucking crackers. Which, okay. Oh man, ooh. So inside the Skittles, we got, oh yeah, look at that. I mean, it really just, it looks the same. I tried to do something else with it, but instead we got the same thing as last time. So what basically happened is that the interior and the exterior of a Skittle are different things. So what happened is that the insides just turn to mush, and then they leak out from the side of the outer shell, which just leaves the shell, and what you end up with is a bunch of like tiny macaroni noodles that are colored, that look nasty, that just look like somebody jizzed on them, and then just mashed it up and rolled it up in a fucking piece of toilet paper. Oh man. Okay, they still taste like Skittles, but they got the consistency of like, did I burn them? Because the parts that used to be the shell are like really hard. I compared them to macaroni noodles, but they actually have the consistency of like al dente macaroni. It's kind of gross. With no filling whatsoever. The filling is all leaked to the bottom. Yeah, hang on. The expiration... They're not going to fall out. I don't fucking care. I'll hold them upside down. The expiration date on the Skittles is March of 2016. which was 2 years after the manufacturing date. So the shelf life of this was supposed to be till 2018, so this wasn't even going to make it to the end of the shelf life. In fact, this is the same exact thing we had last year when we actually opened one of the rations within their shelf life. Alright, so I'm going to open this up real quick. You get a little accessory pack. Comes with a spork, because that is the funniest utensil. It's also objectively the most useful one. I say objectively a lot. I need to stop. So what you get here is a moist towelette, like the kind that they used to give you when you would pump your own gas. I don't know why they just quit doing that. I guess they're just trying to, you know, they don't want to spend 2 cents to give you a moist towelette. So, also, if you're pumping gas and you manage to get gas all over your hands, you're a fucking idiot. Because I've been pumping gas for half my life and I've never gotten it anywhere except inside the car. But let's take a look at this moist towelette. We should have opened this first so we could have gotten all nice and cleaned up before we ate gross raisins and Skittles that melted into one Skittle, the Super Skittle. All right, you get. Look at that. It looks like wax paper, and it smells like a bathroom. Yep, that's the power of pine sol, baby. Oh shit. Oh, yeah, that's strong. That'll get your hands nice and clean. Look at that. You rub it on there, rub it in. I don't actually know what's on a moist towelette. Does it tell me what's on here? A very strong napkin-sized towelette, saturated with the pleasantly scented cleansing lotion. Okay, I'm going to have to do a citation needed on the pleasantly scented part. Cleans and refreshes hands and face. Well, like hell, I'm going to put this on my face. Without soap or water, self-dries in seconds. Leaves skin soft and smooth. Just tear open and use it. It doesn't tell me what's in it. It's a lotion. It's a cleaning lotion. And now, it's also, yeah, it's still, I mean, this is still moist. It's only been in there for a few years. It's just been sealed hermetically. It's but now, like, I want to wash my hands for real, because now I got the fucking towelette residue on my hands, and they smell like, basically my hands smell like I just picked up the urinal cake out of the fucking urinal in the bathroom just to see what it was. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put that back where it goes. We got black pepper. Let's read the ingredients on that. Contains pure black pepper. That's what I'm talking about. And then over here, we got perfect seasons, or seasons perfect, depending on which word you look at first. And perfect seasons, actually, holy shit. Oh, never mind. I thought I was saying it backwards on purpose, and turns out I was saying it right. Anyways, perfect seasons. We got more black pepper, chili pepper, basil, oregano, thyme, marjoram, savory onion, garlic, and celery seed. So this is, you know, whatever you think the right kind of seasoning is, this is it. This is the perfect season. It only comes, it's so perfect, it only comes in like a little LSD stamp, okay? This shit ain't cheap. I know it's only celery seed powder and fucking black pepper. This shit ain't cheap, okay? You think the scientist who worked for years trying to find the right balance of fucking garlic dust to oregano? Where do you think the money for that came from? Okay, that's fucking big government research right there. Now let's try the food. Let's try the food, and I'm gonna try to slide this out without getting this water mess everywhere. So salt is still better. All right, so now we got, this is much more malleable. We can squish it, we can squash it. It's actually kind of hot, and it's uncomfortable to hang on to for prolonged periods of time. So I'm gonna like go like this to get it all down on one side of the packaging. Pork sauce with rice. That looks like baby vomit. That's great. Okay, now this part, okay, I'm not gonna like yank at that because I'm gonna spill it. So I'm gonna rip it from this side. And it's just fuck me, right? We got a curlicue of shit covered in sauce out there. That's fucking fantastic. Just, okay. Okay. Here's your pork. Here's your pork with sauce and rice. I don't see any of those three things in there. In fact, what I see is like, I think it just heated unevenly. Because I got a pointer right here. This part is still like congealed, and then over here we got stuff that kind of resembles sauce. So yeah, it definitely cooked on one side and like not the other. So, I'm just gonna scoop some out from this side. Oh, see, look, there's some rice in there. It doesn't smell bad. What the hell does it smell like? I don't know, it smells like bad chili. So it smells like if somebody, okay, it smells like if somebody that you work with, right? You work at a fucking shitty dead-end job and all the people you work with are fucking assholes, and one of them insists that he's got a great family recipe for homemade chili, right? And at some point, whether it's Thanksgiving or it's a summer thing, everybody in the office decides to have a potluck. And this chucklefuck makes his family's famous homemade chili with the recipe that's been passed down from the fucking 1400s or whatever, right? This is what it would smell like. It smells like an old boot. It smells like an old boot with fucking beans in it, okay? That's what we got. That's what we got. Also, hey, just LSD. I'm gonna take, okay, I'm gonna do it right there, and then you guys, you know, with the loot cam as my witness, I'm just gonna take one little bite of this, okay? And it's a lot thicker than I was expecting. I'm just getting hit with that tomato. That's all I'm tasting is just tomato. It's actually got a little bit of a... I don't think that's spice. I think that's heartburn. That's not spice. Let's actually see if we can salvage this with some perfect seasons. Okay. I think the perfect seasons may have just kind of compressed into like one tiny little like cake of... You know, fuck it. We're just gonna dump it in there on the part where it's not, where it actually cooked. We're gonna mix it up. I'm gonna pour the, just add, oh man, the whole package came. Oh, that's good. We'll just kick it up, okay? This looks like dead ants. So we're gonna mix it up. Put the 5 seasons on it. The secret 5th season. Okay. So I mixed the perfect seasons down in that one corner where we had, you know, that was at. So let's take a bite. You know, that doesn't taste any different. It's just... It only tastes of tomato paste, tomato sauce. It's not bad, which is why I've taken like 7 bites of it and without throwing up. But tomato paste is one of the usual ingredients when you're making homemade chili, which is the reason why I got that vibe that it just tastes like really bad homemade chili. That's... Get some Tabasco, that fixes most MREs. Unfortunately, I don't have any. I'm not a big hot sauce guy. I don't have any Tabasco sauce on me. But I'm only going by what you get. And what you get does not taste particularly well. So if I had to compare this to anything, like I said, it tastes like really bad homemade chili. But I am convinced that worse things have been produced, and this is not that bad. All things considered, like in the wake of Harvey, I had a couple of these. I was out of town for like the worst of it, but when I came back, we did have a couple of these, and it was like chicken and rice or something, or beans and rice or whatever it was, or one of them was like a ravioli thing or something, and they weren't that bad. In fact, they tasted kind of like this, which just means that whatever they dump in there, this tomato sauce just overpowers everything in here. And they all have the same consistency. The sauce is very thick, like it's very starchy, like they've just put some type of thickener, there's an emulsifier in it. So they all just kind of taste the same. You don't really know what you're getting. The only reason I could tell this apart from the spaghetti is because the spaghetti actually looks like it had little tiny spaghetti noodles in there. This is just, I mean, this looks like the rest of the mess. Wait, it would have cooked better in the cooker, like to put it in there? Oh, I guess is it because of the steam? Is that going to be the thing that like I set it on top of the cooker because I figured it just gets hot and it's because of the steam. So somebody is going to leave. Somebody probably already has left me a fucking comment. If this is on YouTube right now, they're going to be like, actually, Draco, it's important you put the food in the cooker thing because blah 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 blah, and then the steam covers the whole thing and heats it evenly. Yeah, okay. You got me. It came with a mint. It came with an actual. If you look on that, that is one bona fide Lifesavers. Probably a peppermint. It's stamped on there. It's a Lifesavers, just like they got Skittles. They got a Lifesavers. That's name brand right there. It's I'm taking care of you these days. No making no more gross egg omelets. They got vacuum formed, pressed and sealed Lifesavers. It doesn't smell like anything. I'm trying to guess the flavor because I really don't like peppermint. So after we've eaten our meal, even though I've only really taken just like a bite out of everything, I haven't really eaten my meal yet because I'm not going to. But you know, after that, you got the mint. Let's kick back with the boys, shoot the shit, literally, because it's it's a military thing. So okay, yep, that is a peppermint, and I don't like peppermint. Wish it'd be great if it was one of the wintergreen ones. That was I think what was said. It was APAC. That's the APAC pork with sauce and rice MRE. The mystery is solved. It's tomato sauce, just like everything else. We picked it out of the pack that I was going through because, like I said, pork with sauce and rice is a completely nondescript term. We hung on to that, and then ultimately it lost out to spaghetti. But I told you guys I would hang on to it, and we would do it at a later date. So I figured this week's show is going to be a little bit of everything. It's going to be a potential disaster. So let's really get it kicked off on the wrong foot. Let's give myself heartburn right away. So let's crack open one of those MREs. Let's take a bite out of that. Take a bite out of that. This one's not a very good one as far from what I've seen, because some of the ones I've seen on like some of the YouTube channels or people that eat these, they come with like better things, and even if they taste worse, they still come with like better things, because even if you get those these cardboard crackers, they'll give you stuff to put on. I guess actually, hang on. I said I was gonna. They break really weird. Okay, hang on. Is the cracker any better if I put some of the doo-doo on there? No. But yeah, that's gonna do it for GatorBox, GatorUNbox this week. That's the APAC poop ration. It's its own self-feeding dirty diaper. It's not very good. So if I had to give it a rating out of 10, I'd give it a no. No. Thanks for checking out this video. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you didn't. Either way, your feedback is appreciated. And you can also subscribe to GatorBox if you like this content and want to see more of it from us. Catch us live Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/GatorBox. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do so at patreon.com/GatorBox or streamlabs.com/GatorBox.